Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. Usually when EA drop new promo cards in this game, they tell us if there's something special about them. Like last week's Primetime cards get live upgrades. 2 weeks ago, Scream cards, they get 99 stats. Other cards have gotten chemistry boosts throughout this year. But EA have left out that fact about these Festival of Football cards, and they actually do get chemistry boost, guys, and the best one we've seen so far this year at that. And that might be one of the big parts of this promo that is so good that it might actually bring some hype to it and save it. Nonetheless, we have a lot to discuss from yesterday's content drop on Friday, especially with evolutions and that crazy 100,000 coin center back Evo. Also, some of the SBC content. Great idea, not so great execution. And we got to talk about the market and what's happening today. Because, guys, yesterday the market was going up and it hasn't come down yet. A lot of player prices are still up, including these promo cards. We're going to discuss it and everything happening today on Saturday. If you're excited for it, drop a thumbs up, hype the video, and subscribe if you're new. Let's dive into content yesterday by starting in objectives, where we had the return of flashbacks. Now, the multiple flashbacks were dropped yesterday, but man, I just love this card design. It just feels so nostalgic, and I love it when EA makes a player who's usually not usable because of pace or whatever stat is very low on their card, and they upgrade them to a usable stature. This is Gundogan. He's only got 3-star skills, which I wish he did have 4, but he's got a very usable card. Galatasaray links, which we've had a few other cards from there recently. Good stats, good playstyles. No playstyle plus, that's another downside of this card, but he's only 86 rated. You'll be able to evolve him in a while, and he's got good rolls, and it's free. It's an objective card. Usually you don't see a name like Gundogan, Manchester City former player, German national team player, in objectives like this, and I think that's what's cool about it. You also get an Evo, max 84 rated center mid that will get first touch and center mid playmaker plus. Some other Germany related content in here, of course. This promo is all about the national teams, the nationalities, with those games, qualifying games going on today, going on this weekend, and into the next couple of days. That's the whole focus on this promo. You get a pack here as well for an 82 times 2, and you get 1,000 SP. So another reason to go and do this objective, which is only winning 8 matches in squad battles with one Dortmund player in your team and some other Bundesliga and Germany requirements there. So not super hard to do for a card and for rewards that I think are worth it. And again, I love the flashback design, and I especially love the flashback Di Maria from yesterday. Now, the other objective that dropped yesterday is an extension of the Europe SBC and all these Continental SBCs that we are about to be getting. To start this off, this conversation, I really have to say, this is the right idea, right? This is EA trying to bring back a little bit of what the old League SBCs used to be. We're doing a League SBC sort of situation here for the Šeško card through the Europe Upgrade SBC set. It's 12 different segments, and it's all of these challenges related to the different nationalities in Europe. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And it's very easy to do until you get to the bottom. You're turning in one Slovenian player with 4 silvers minimum, and then you just turn in some other silvers in the squad, right? You're good to go. Or you turn in, or bronzes, not even silvers, right? Same thing with the Romanian one. You put in 1 Romanian, you put in 6 silvers, then you fill the rest with some bronzes. The rest of these you're looking at silvers and golds all the way down here, and it's like, oh, this is nice. I'm getting a couple of untradeable packs back. I'm getting an 82 1 of 3 player pick, and then you see Italy, Germany, France, Spain, and England, and you see 83, 84, and 3 85 rated squads. Now, for the last 85 squad, you get an 84 plus pick, which is kind of cool. But the rest of this, when you think of the Šeško card that you're getting and the rewards from the packs that you're getting back from this, it's just too much to say that Šeško and the packs you get back are worth 125,000 coins. Most of that value coming from the 85 rated squads that are there at the bottom. So it's a good idea. I just think, what are we doing with these ratings being so high on these squads? If these were 81 rated or 82 rated, maybe one of them's an 83 rated, even take away the 84 plus player pick, just make this SBC a way cheaper price to get all the way through it, and we will be much more happy with doing this, because this does kind of feel like a League SBC of sorts, or actually there was some sort of League SBC situation, Challenge SBC we had just like this during the Euros in FIFA 21 we were looking back on yesterday, and it was a lot easier than this. I just wish This was easier to make it feel like the individual segments of the objective were worth it. So again, right idea, that is cool. Again, it was leaked yesterday that EA was bringing back the old League SBC concept where you get a player at the end. And this Esco card is good for Evos, and all the cards that are in here, the David Neres especially, the Irvine, and the Lee Kang-in, all very good as 84 rated cards with World Tour added chemistry designs on them. Very good for Evos, but I don't want to spend 100K per player because that's not worth it at all. Now, there is a bit of value in this consumable evolution right here, which we're going to talk about because of what EA didn't come out and tell us yesterday about these Festival Football Captain cards. But this was the first place yesterday where people were getting very frustrated with the content because it was just too expensive, and I 100% agree with that. Right idea, not the best execution. Now, the SBC yesterday that is an absolute jammer is the Angel Di Maria flashback. This card is awesome. The only thing I'll say is, I wish they didn't require 3 Team of the Weeks to get this one done. I mean, I was able to do it from the club because I had some Team of the Weeks saved up, but that was a little frustrating. This card is, of course, into my club, and basically almost everybody's team, it seems, right now, because he is just a straight-up vibes SBC. I love the flashback design. I love the dynamic image. 5-star skills, 3-star weak foot. He's got great stats. He's got awesome play styles, and even has inside forward plus right mid and right wing. And it's the price that makes this fun. This is a card, a FIFA legend, a nostalgia card for this game, of course, dating back to the FIFA 22, or actually the 2022 World Cup, right? That was in FIFA 23 where he had that World Cup winner card SBC. Now this one's allegedly actually dating back to the Copa America in 2024. I believe it said in the description of this SBC. But nonetheless, for 76,000 coins, it's just straight up vibes. And the Argentinian links are just going to the moon. They were up yesterday before the SBC came out because it was leaked right ahead of time. People started investing, and still they're only going higher. Zanetti on Thursday when this was leaked was 180K. He went up to about 220,000 coins. And then yesterday he stayed there, dipped a little bit of content down to 207. The SBC came out. It's great value. Everybody wants to do it. Boom. 255K, he's 270 now on the market. You look at other players like Enzo Francescoli, one of the heroes with the Argentinian League links, 180K. This dude was 120,000 coins before this happened. Even players like Otamendi from this promo team. Guys, this Otamendi card is 80K. It's just because he's Argentinian. Sure, it's a FIFA legendary card here as well with Otamendi. He's had so many great cards in previous FIFAs, and he's just kind of a timeless player in football. But, I mean, this card should probably be like half the price of this, let's be honest, right? With the way the market is and with how good center backs now look in the state of this game, not having a playstyle plus, by the way. You know, other Argentinian players, of course, Messi, he was going crazy yesterday. The ratings reload card is up a lot from where it was. He was in the 700K range. The inform has dropped, but that's because of Team of the Week packs from Weekend League. But this card spiked a whole bunch yesterday as well. I think the peak time for the Argentinian links probably would be today on Saturday. I know people are still going to be doing this SBC and stuff like that, but I would probably sell those. Or if you have them in your team because you're using Di Maria, I would look to maybe try to link him through other icons, or maybe just run him on 2 chemistry after today, just because I do believe some of those Argentine players will start to drop off in value after the peak high for that SBC happened yesterday and then into today. Now, the other player SBC we had yesterday was Julia Gwynn, and this is not a terrible card. It just doesn't have the same amount of hype as the Angel Di Maria. Jockey plus, she can play right back and left back, has attacking wing back plus, has the anticipate whipped pass, rapid first touch, and long throw play styles, and is 4-star. So again, about 80,000 coins for her card, almost the same price as Di Maria. I think she requires maybe it's 285 squads, but 1 less inform. Yeah, just not the best, but it's doable. If you're a fan there, you get that one done pretty easy. Also, yesterday we had a new Team of the Week upgrade and the first Festival Football Captains Challenge for a simple 5K pack tradable, so nothing super crazy. Now, Evos is where the real conversation is. We had 2 Evos yesterday, one of which we were expecting. That's the big conversation piece. And the second one is not good. We weren't expecting it though. It's the Silver Armour Evo, and it makes sense why EA is dropping this because we have the Silver Tournament coming tomorrow. And, you know, it keeps the card as silver, which would be an easy plug and play into maybe our silver teams. I just don't think the upgrade here is worth it to keep your card as silver for teams that we use once a season, basically once in a month. We use these silver teams for the tournaments, right? Do I want to pay 15,000 coins for that? Not really. If this was free, I'd be all about it, especially with the stat boost being what they are and the stat limits being what they are. For some cards, this upgrade looks really good, but like for Cognat here, he goes from 66 defending to 71, and he goes from 71 physical to 76, and then a small dribbling boost, +1. He doesn't get the greatest boost from this Evo. I mean, it looks okay, right? But for 15K for a card that I'm just going to use for like 20 games in the next couple of days, and then I'm not going to use again for a month, that doesn't necessarily feel worth it to me. Now, don't let me steer you away from this if this is something fun for you, past and present. You love building out your silver team, because I do. Silver squads and these silver tournaments are probably the second most thing I enjoy about gameplay in terms of a mode this year. The gauntlets are number one, and the silver tournaments are number two, but I don't want to spend even 15,000 of my 3 million coins on something that I'm going to play for 20 games with in 1 week and then not mess with again for probably another month. Now, the real Evo yesterday is the center back one. Wow. This, of course, was very hyped heading into yesterday's content drop, and this is what really frustrated a lot of people yesterday, the price of the I'll Protect You center back Evo. And that's where I want to start. Before we look at the Evo itself, I want to talk about the frustration with this, because once again, this is a classic case of we were all super excited for this evolution because of leaks, and then it drops, and our expectations are not met. It's the expectations versus the reality thing once again. I think this tweet from Pikelme here on Twitter kind of summarizes it pretty well. He says, "This is why we're angry, by the way. It's not EA's content, although I will agree it is a little bit of, disagree I guess, it's a little bit of EA's content. It's the idea of false hope that is constantly promoted throughout this app disingenuously." And he's saying that the leakers are constantly saying that this content is hype, that this is insane, that this is huge, and it doesn't really hit when it actually releases. We get more excited in the build-up to the event than the actual event is itself. That's the definition of the expectation versus the reality. And this is the real deal, guys. With leaks being a part of this game, there's always going to be that there. Sure, leaks give us the early insight into what's going to be coming, which can help us plan maybe to do an Evo or to not do an Evo, or to save our fodder for an SBC, to invest, or to sell a card at a certain time point. And in that way, it is very helpful. But at the same time, for those who have not played pre-FIFA 20, you miss out on the pure excitement and the pure enjoyment of just being surprised so much more than we are now, because we know when everything is coming. You're like, Nate, you can't complain about leaks. You talk about leaks every day. I do talk about leaks every day, because you have to look at them now to actually know what's going on in this game and not get left behind. That's the point we've gotten to with these leaks, and we believe them because they're right most of the time. But when this Evo is leaked to be 40,000 coins, which we actually ended up learning this tweet from FutAccountant wasn't about the price of the Evo. It was him saying thank you for 40,000 followers. Again, when the leakers have this much power to control our expectations as a community for the content that's coming out, it's gonna end up with disappointment. And I'm convinced that the leaks are hurting the game from a community standpoint, because it just continues to play with our emotions time in and time out. Can you imagine if this Evo dropped yesterday with no news? Sure, we should have still been like 100K. That's crazy. And we'll talk about the value of this in a second, because that is a big price, biggest, most expensive Evo of the year. But at the same time, it would have been like a different surprise and a different feeling than us expecting this Evo to make us feeling like, OMG, this is insane, this is insane, this is sick, right? And now we're like, wow, this is a crazy Evo for the stat boost and the cards that it creates, but it's 100,000 coins, which does seem like a lot for the current state of the market that we're in, with the rewards, with how EA has cooked the market so many times to make us lose coins, and our players have lost value over time in this game. So it's just those frustrations with the leaks that I think are really the root cause of a lot of our frustration with the content yesterday on this game. And I don't think that leaks are a positive thing for this game. I've got more stories about that. I've talked about that in the stream, even talking to EA employees, like them asking us, what do you guys think about leaks? And we're standing there saying, leaks, we need them removed. Like, they'd be way better for this game if there were no leaks there. And they're like, well, wow, okay, that's interesting you say that, because we don't see a difference between when there is leaks and when there are not leaks in terms of the engagement of people on the game. And I'm like, it's happening over time. It's adding to the frustration of the content and how we feel about this game when our expectations are here and the content's delivered below that. So let me know your thoughts on this down below. This Evo is a crazy Evo for the boost that it gives. I don't have any really good cards in my club for this, except I'm going to do Ben Davies. I'm going to spend 100K on this because getting Anticipate Plus, getting the center defensive mid position, this is such a unique Evo for future possible evolutions and for the here and now. But I feel like it's only a good Evo in a couple of select areas. And I think some of the top cards that you're seeing people do, like Ibanez, Eder Militao, and Hato, if you put that card on the market with those playstyles and that playstyle plus with those stats in the 4-star weak foot, I think they'd be more than 100,000 coins. I mean, Militao alone, you compare this card to his 87 rated primetime card that just came out, it's not that different. This is a 700 or was 800,000 coin card. Even the Inform was 300K plus, almost 400K before this Evo released. I don't think this Militao player is like, I don't think 100K is bad value for his card. I don't think that it's Ibanez, one of the best center backs in the game now. This Hato, crazy card stats as well. Even the Kusanov or the Harry Maguire or the Chouameni. I don't think those cards are terrible value for 100K. It just is 100,000 coins, which is a lot of coins. So you can look at this and say it's way too expensive because it's 100K, and I agree with you. You can look at that and say, actually, it's kind of worth it because the cards you get out of it look pretty crazy comparing to other cards. And I would also agree with you that it could be worth it and not worth it at the same time. Now, here's what I'll say. A lot of times when expensive Evos come out like this and people are like, Nate, I don't have the coins for it, and you don't want to spend money, which I commend you for, what I would do is make it a goal. If you like, I need to do this Evo because there's a sick chain that I want to do in it, get 100,000 coins by working the market in the next couple of days. And with the way the market moved yesterday, prices are moving very well. And we got to talk about that and talk about this promo team, right? We're going to make some coins, especially with these promo cards, because they are rare. The Festival Football Captains players, guys, I don't know if you guys have packed them or not, but if you take a look at how many of these players are on the market, it looks like not many people have been packing them. Yesterday, they started off super rare. Their prices have been fluctuating up and down like crazy because of that. And that means their prices are going to be good to trade with throughout the whole rest of the week. Now, the biggest thing with these cards is that EA has said nowhere in this game is that they get boosted chemistry. And that's actually one of the things that I think is going to keep this promo alive. And that makes this objective for the cosmetic of this captain's promo actually kind of interesting, because you can give a player triple nation chemistry with this. Let me show you. I've got that Ben Davies that I packed yesterday. I wanted 2 cards in this promo team, Ben Davies and Tim Ream. I was lucky enough, even though they're both fodder, to pack them both yesterday. If you take a look at the chemistry over here on the left, you see Ben Davies, as the only player in the squad, gets 3 chemistry points for Wales. Normally a player gets 1, right? He gets 2 extra. That's triple, from 1 to 3 points on that nation chemistry. EA said nothing about this, but that is crazy for these cards. We thought the World Tour giving +1 chemistry was dope. We thought the Cornerstones giving +1 club chemistry was dope. This is insane for the linkability of these cards down the line, and for any Evos, by the way, that they drop. Now, that's one thing that I guess I have not been able to confirm yet. If you've done the 100K center back Evo, because it does give you the Festival of Football Captain's card design, double check with us, because it should. If all of these cards have this, double check that this is actually giving you triple the nation chem and you're getting 3 chem points instead of 1, because that's a big deal. And maybe another reason why EA made the Evo 100,000 coins, but this is actually pretty crazy. Now, these cards themselves, usually on Friday nights into Saturdays, they drop, right? You see Foot Champs rewards happen and the card prices drop. I mean, these have not. They're like the same price in the market. We had a nice little Friday night bubble yesterday, and these cards, they bubbled a little bit. Like, you know, you saw Payor here go from crazy expensive down to 830K, back up to 880. She's still 870. These cards have not dropped into Saturday today, which does make me a little scared. Honestly, I don't want to invest in them. I want to wait and see what happens today, because I do believe their cards are going to fall off as they get packed more. Like, that's honestly how I feel like these are going to go. But I bought Bernardo Silva for 300K yesterday, sold him for 340 and 350. He's still 350. That's not normal when it comes to these promo cards, but I think it's because they're pack weight. Even though EA yesterday, for the first time in FC26, dropped global limit lightning round packs. They're back. Oh my gosh, man. They're back in the store once again. The Seize the Day packs. These are the first lightning rounds of the day, guys. We have not, or the year, we have not had a global limit packs yet, and they're tradable. And even these lightning round packs, which people are opening because they sell out, even though this is late at night when I'm recording this, like, they're not selling out super fast. The first time they dropped these yesterday when I tweeted about it, they sold out within 11 minutes on PlayStation. There was 20,000 of them, and they sold. Even with these packs, these cards are not dropping that much in value. So I think weekend league rewards are going to make them drop a bit today. So I'd be very careful buying any of the captain's cards. But just know that with the extra chemistry boost that they have, that is added hype for the rest of this promo 100%. Now, the rest of the market with these lightning rounds as well wasn't really affected either. Look at De Jong, 73 to start the day, went up to 79, dropped down to 76 right after content, and then we had a nice Friday night bubble. He went all the way to 85K. Right now, he's 76,000 coins. A lot of the primetime players are up a little bit from where they were before. Rios is up 20K per card. Barcola was 430. Now he's 470. Pavlovic is up 30K per card. Gordon's up 20 per card. Nemensha's up. Bonnie is up. Javi Simons is up. Even Scream cards. Griezmann is 170K. He was 140 yesterday. The market itself is doing pretty good. And I think that's a good sign heading into today on Saturday. But it's a weekend. We have FUT Champs rewards. So if there's a little bit of a rise this morning on Saturday before content into the daytime, I think you take the money there. If you're trading, I think it's going to be a great time to trade. The market seems very steady right now, which is abnormal for the weekends, because usually on the weekends we see the Friday night bubble and then prices just tank after that. I think it's going to be a good time to trade with cards today, but again, I would still be very careful on the impacts promos and anything impacts, including team of the weeks as well, just because there is going to be more rewards open today and there is going to be more supply. So that's the story with the market right now in terms of meta players, is that prices are holding pretty well, but I still would expect them to drop later on tonight. Now, the story in terms of fodder is the opposite. It's tanking. And I like the investment here. I do. I was saying on stream all day yesterday, I like 88s. They were 12.5K. I like that price still. I liked 87s at like under 9,000, right at 9K. 86s at like 5.7 to 5.9K. 85s under 3. I like the investment. The problem is, what SBC is going to make this go up now? It's just the max 89 icon pack that's kind of leaked. Sure, we do have a couple of other player SBCs, but nothing that's like OMG huge Bombazo type of leak / information that seems like it's going to pull these cards up. Really, what it looks like we're going to have on Sunday tomorrow is a really cheap icon pack with 88s to 87s to 86s being as cheap as they are. I just worry about overinvestment. I like these cards still as investment, but I think if you want to get 88s, I think you need to pay 12.5K. I wouldn't pay a dime over that, honestly, because you're hoping they go back to 14 on Sunday, and I think that's when you're selling. You're waiting for this icon pack to come out, and then you're going to be selling, unless there's other news of other big SBCs that are going to be coming out, which we think we have all the player SBCs leaked right now, and it doesn't look to be that crazy or that expensive. I do think fodder's a good investment, but I think you're investing for the icon pack and you're going to want to sell it tomorrow when the icon pack does drop. So that's my situation there, and that's my thoughts on that. Now, speaking of the content, today on Saturday, let's turn the page and look forward a bit in other places than just the market. Of course, it's a big weekend league day. A lot of people, myself included, playing FUT Champs. Make sure you do your daily SBCs, by the way, daily commons, daily rare golds, the 85 to 87s. Definitely want to hit those. But we have a lot of SBCs that are out there that are leaked, and it's going to depend on the price of these. Kind of like how it's the price of the Evo we're talking about today. The price of this hero player pick and icon player pick are going to be the deciding factors as to whether fodder starts to trickle up today, because we might have one of those today. Now, I think it's almost a guarantee that we're going to get this showdown, because Italy plays Norway literally tomorrow. So this has to be released today. Maybe it's going to be like a flash showdown SBC between Locatelli and Sorloth. Those are official stats, by the way. Sorloth's going to be a truck, but he's kind of a FIFA legend. He might be decent. Locatelli, if you did a Cambiasso like I did, Looks a little interesting if he's super cheap for the Italy potential upgrade there. It's +2, by the way, for a win, +1 and a roll ++ for a draw. You've got the Wendy Renard flashback that's out there as well as a leaked SBC, and her card could be sneaky good. And you could say, well, Nate, I just did the 100K Evo. I don't need another Anticipate plus center back. Well, there's another one. And then we do have the icon pick still that's been leaked. And yesterday there was news of a hero match day pick with Cordoba, Abedi Pele, and Hamsik. All three of those very solid heroes. That could be today too. So I'm guessing this showdown for sure. Maybe one of the picks. Maybe that's all that we get. We'll just have to see if they're just going to drop this. There is a couple of other leaks, though, to talk about. One more SBC is Sushek. That's the official captain's card for him. Be on the lookout for that. And then we do have an Evo leak. Now, this is turning the page to Evolutions. But guess what, right? Leaks, here we go again. It's impacting the market, too. By the way, totally forgot to mention yesterday. Did you guys see the cards like Araujo? The cards like... who else was it? Murillo. Guys, if you sold into the hype, GG's. Selling into the hype, again, 9 times out of 10, it's the play. This was the 9 out of 10 times. Like that, from 8K on Araujo down to 1,000 coins. Now, granted, Araujo could actually go up a little bit during the week because he's one of the cards people are going to be buying for this Evo. Ibanez is extinct still. Shuameni's card, he's out of packs because he's in the promo team, but, you know, people are putting him into this Evo as well. Sell it into the hype, guys. If you have Balde, if you have Alfonso Davies, if you have Teo Hernandez, allegedly this Evo is max 83. It's not even max 84. So if any of those left backs that you have are flying, let's take a look at the index because I'm sure they're on the top gainers list here on the FUTBIN index. Frimpong, if this is a left back Evo, what's Blood doing up 69%? Mendy is up crazy. Davies, there you see him again. Kirkes is up as an 82, 20%. Sell those into the hype today 100%. You don't want to be looking at cards like Murillo and Araujo from yesterday and make that your story today with any of the left backs that you potentially have. Watch out for more leaks around this. He said it's a big boost. Show me your first owner card and I'll tell you if he can be used. Right now, we don't have very many leaks and he hasn't responded to too many people about who can be used in this Evo. He did respond to a couple people here. He's got a 80 rated Vidsens who's got 85 defense and 87 physical. Does not fit. But this card who's got less than 80 physical, less than 70 defending, does fit. This card, there must be a physical stat that is Isak Toure. Dorgu, this Dorgu does fit. 80 rated with whipped pass. He's got 81 physical. So there's got to be some sort of physical requirement. It looks like 81 physical there, 78 physical there. He did reply to a lot of these. 82 physical and 93 pace on Bangura. Interesting. It looks like it is a physical stat limit on this Evo here. So max 83 potentially, and the physical stat limit being a part of it. So watch out for more leaks around that today. Probably going to be paid. Did you see that? Rolls upgrade, stats upgrade, playstyles. I'm assuming it's another paid Evo as well. If it's giving a playstyle plus, that is, I mean, that's at least something to be watching out for. Also, today on Saturday, as we mentioned, we should be getting another SBC in the objective, but it could be spread out. Remember with the Miles Lewis Skelly, that whole Scream objective they did? There was like, we thought we were getting the SBCs back to back to back, and then they spread them out like every other day. This is a 2-week objective, but hopefully they give us a lot of time to get it done, to craft it. So maybe we will get the Africa or Americas or Asia and Oceania today. And make sure you guys are, again, stocking your clubs a little bit, or at least just doing a little bit of bronze pack method here or there, and then getting the silver packs into your club and the bronze packs refreshing daily. That'll just give you a decent number of cards to get prepared for those if you do plan on doing them. So good luck with your weekend league. I'm going to get some games in and hopefully get my weekend league record above 8 wins this week. We've been 8 wins for the first 5 weekends of the year. You can't say that we are not consistent because we are consistent. But I'm going to open some of these random packs here too from that Europe kind of Continental League objective here. And I will catch you guys in the video tomorrow. I know there's a lot of frustration right now, a lot of opinions on whether the content was good or whether it was not. I had a fun day yesterday, mostly because of the Di Maria. Di Maria was like the thing yesterday, and the Gundogan is cool, right? But Di Maria was just so fun that it was like, it made this promo cool for me. And the fact that these guys get boosted chemistry, I think adds a lot of that for me to this promo as well. A lot more hype than there was originally there. But the Evo, 100% agree, is a bit of a frustration point just because of the expectations versus the reality. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts down below in the comments on that. And I will see you in a video tomorrow. It's been TheFutAccountant. I'll catch you guys there. Peace out.